Imagine being really passionate about a pastime activity, a hobby that involves adventure, thrill-seeking, and exploration. Through this activity, you have a chance to find or receive something extraordinary, something rare, desirable, or interesting. I guess we could call this activity something of a treasure hunt. You make your own choices to maximize your chance of success. Choosing the proper equipment, finding the right location, and applying a suitable strategy are all in your hands. These choices determine if you'll end up finding the item you're after, or if you'll leave empty-handed. Hours fly by and all you seem to find is common, worthless trash. Yet, fueled by determination and passion, you persist. Despite not being successful so far, you still enjoy every second of it. Your everyday struggles are left behind. Right now, it's only you and the activity. And then, just when you were expecting it the least, the magic moment arrives. The object you were looking for appears right before your eyes. It's just there, you found it. You're holding it right in your hands. Imagine that euphoria washing over you. This feeling I've described right now is applicable to two of my favorite pastime activities: metal detecting and playing Runescape. Both of these seemingly different activities spark the same type of joy within me. With this strange connection in mind, a question popped into my head. Could I somehow intertwine these two activities? Could I maybe, just maybe, make an old-school RuneScape account where my in-game achievements are restricted behind my real-life metal detecting finds? The sheer ridiculousness of this concept excited me so much. I spent my next couple of weeks researching, theory crafting, and fine-tuning the account's rules. All of this led me to create this. It's a spreadsheet listing every possible metal detecting find I could think of, from historic jewelry to weapons, tools, and perhaps most importantly, coins. Each artifact type is linked to a specific RuneScape task, be it a minigame, a boss, or any activity that contributes to the in-game collection log. Simply put, whatever artifact I'm lucky enough to discover in the field dictates the next item I need to pursue in the game. I've aimed for thematic connections between real-life finds and their in-game counterparts. For example, if I happen to find an old axe head, I'll be compelled to go and hunt for unique forestry items from woodcutting. But not every in-game object has a real-life equivalent buried in the ground, so don't be surprised if an object sends us to do something completely unrelated to its original use. However, it's important to note that metal detecting is strictly prohibited in this country, unless you own a museum-issued permission. I am living in Hungary, a country that is quite rich in ancient and medieval history. Over the past few years, I've participated in countless archaeological digs and field walkings organized by local museums, where I encountered some really fascinating finds. And, as devoted volunteers, my father and I have been trusted with permission. We've been assigned to explore new potential archaeological sites and uncover hidden artifacts. The responsibility that comes with this assignment is huge, and my goal is to do it as ethically and effectively as possible. At the very core, it means that we must turn every single one of our finds to the museum. And I like it this way. To me, contributing to our shared history holds so much more value than owning any artifact. As our friend Indy once said, "That belongs in a museum." Nonetheless, before I turn them in, I'll make sure to take high-quality photos of each find and log them in the spreadsheet. So, with all this pre-info in mind, I think it's time to create the RuneScape account. Okay, let's name him appropriately. Museums LI. Oh, thank God this name's not taken. I didn't have any backup plans for names. Okay, he might not give the impression of an archaeologist at first sight, but I'm happy with his current looks. I mean, look at that massive stash. I just love the tutorial island, so nostalgic. Takes me back to a much simpler era. Net, shrimp, axe, logs, fire, bread, bronze, dagger, dead rat, another dead rat, bank. Okay, very important part in the tutorial. I want him to be a standard Ironman. I think it's the best game mode for this challenge. Alright, let's go! I'm excited as hell. This should be one heck of an adventure. Okay, I haven't hit the field for metal detecting yet, so I don't currently have a task. First things first, I'll just visit the Varrock Museum. As a museum volunteer in real life, starting with the history quiz mini-quest just feels fitting for this account. Okay, here we are, it's very easy. I just have to answer all these questions correctly. The plugin even marks the correct answers, wow. If only working for a museum were this easy in real life. And here we go, it's done already. The first levels on the account, 9 Slayer and 9 Hunter, a nice head start. Wait, is this supposed to be part of the mini-quest? This guy tells me to talk to this person named Collector for a job opportunity? What the hell? Okay, I might as well. Hello? Professor Orlando said you have something for me?
Well, look who finally decided to show up. Welcome! Our museum has been expecting you for a while.
What? How did you even know that I existed?
Oh, my dear boy, your arrival has been foretold by prophecies.
Prophecies? I must have missed those in the tutorial.
Tutorials can't prepare you for what lies ahead. But luckily for you, I can help you fulfill your destiny.
My destiny? Wait, is this still part of that history quiz?
No, it's much more serious, my friend. You have an alternative self in a different dimension, a whole other reality, where a museum has assigned you to uncover long-lost artifacts. The lives of your two selves are interconnected. You have the same fate here in Gillinor.
Okay, wait, can you drop your weird pseudo-astrology mumbo-jumbo for a second and just tell me what you want from me?
I want you to take this collection log. You'll need to obtain all the listed items in it one by one, and when you unlock something, your log sends us reports about that object's origin. But beware, you can only progress if your other self finds a matching artifact first.
Okay, so it's like an interdimensional scavenger hunt. Interesting. Alright, can we talk about payment?
Payment?
Yeah, I mean, you're hiring me to work for you guys, right? For salary?
Oh, hell no! Do you think that other dimensions museum pays you a single dime?
Yeah.
No, you're a volunteer. You're only in it because you are passionate about history. Isn't the thrill of the hunt enough for you?
Yeah, actually, no thank you. I would definitely like to be paid.
People these days. Right, here's my offer then. Metal objects in that separate world come in many forms, some shinier and rarer than others. Whenever your distant self finds something unusual or nicely preserved, you earn special tokens. You can trade these in for many useful perks on your journey. How does that sound?
Now we're talking. I will gladly take that offer.
Great. Now keep an eye on your alternate self's progress and report your findings to me or Professor Orlando.
Sure, just one more thing. Where do you get these prophecies from?
Oh, from that fortune teller on the square, of course.
Seriously?
Yeah, a fortune session only costs 1 coin. You should try it sometime. In fact, she told me I'll have nasty diarrhea in the coming days. That's why I've been carrying this wooden log all day. She said it helps to ease the symptoms.
I better get going. See you.
Poor guy. He has no idea what he signed up for.
So, we're officially employed by a virtual museum, and we have our collection log. Now I'm so eager to go on a metal detecting trip, can't wait to see what finds and RuneScape tasks await me out there. But before that, a very brief discussion about the rules and restrictions of this account is important. Whilst I'm clarifying these, I'll just go and pick up some steel plate legs from the wilderness to sell those for some starting cash. It'll come in handy. The first important rule is that if I'm going on a detecting trip with my father, his finds also do count towards this account's progression and therefore give me a task. We are one team and metal detecting has always been a classic father and son activity for us. I don't want to leave him out of this journey. Secondly, I gave myself the option to discard any task, opting me to complete 10 beginner clue scrolls instead of the found object's original task. I'm not planning to do it too often, it's more of an emergency option in case I find way too many things in one trip. I aim to avoid months-long grinds originating from one singular detecting session. Thirdly, let's just reflect briefly on what the collector has offered to me.
Whenever your distant self finds something unusual or nicely preserved, you earn special tokens. You can trade these in for many useful perks on your journey.
See these 4 medieval coins? They are exactly the same type, but each of them got preserved in a different condition. They represent the 4 tiers of quality: regular, nice, very nice, and outstanding. The better the found item's condition is, the more consumable quality tokens they are worth, which I can later exchange for a variety of unlocks. The scarcity of the detecting finds has a similar system. These coins are from the exact same time period, issued by the same king, but their prevalence differs a lot. They represent the 4 tiers of rarity: common, uncommon, rare, and mega rare. A common object has no extra rewards for me apart from its linked task. However, moving upwards, each tier grants me an additional rarity token, another consumable currency. And this right here is the amazing virtual bazaar, where I can freely spend my accumulated tokens. The stock includes utility upgrades like doubled clue scrolls, doubled boss kills, or the ability to complete the game's most important quests and achievements. Everything you can see on the screen is locked for me. I cannot access them yet, I have to buy them in the virtual bazaar first for a fixed price. But there's more, the bazaar has its own set of buyable tasks, such as late game boss kills and raids. So in short, collecting as many of these 2 token types as I can will be absolutely vital for me. And I'm completely at the mercy of my metal detecting luck here. This is the gist of it. If you're interested in the full list of rules and restrictions for the account, make sure to check the description. Look at that, the steel plate leg session was so worth it. 266k, that's some hefty profit for a starting account. Okay, you probably can guess where I'm going right now. Here we are, made it in one piece, here's that iconic cradle. We all know which boots are superior, like, come on. Now that this account is fancy enough, I think it's time to head out into the fields in real life and get our very first task on the account. It was a slightly rainy November Sunday. My father and I drove out to a field in Hungary with hopes of finding something big. These fields potentially hold some vital archaeological objects for us to uncover, and by extension, important early unlocks for the account. According to our research, there's a good chance that settlements stood around here in the medieval times. The question was, where exactly? I took a few minutes to admire the beautiful autumn scenery. And then we began our exploration. As expected, the first few signals led to modern trash. It's just the reality of detecting, garbage everywhere, left and right. In the first hour, we found absolutely nothing worthwhile. But I was sure we would find at least one object that has a linked Runescape task. And I was right, because later we found a button. Yeah, I know, it must be the ugliest and least precious button of all time, and it isn't even that old. But hey, the rules say a button find equals 5 beginner clue scrolls in the game. It's the item's functionality that matters here. Knowing that I just got my very first in-game task, I continued with growing enthusiasm. Later, my dad found another button, and then I even found the third one. These were made out of copper and were somewhat older than the first one, however they still weren't as old as we'd hoped. These put the amount of beginner clues to 15. The next find made me especially happy, as it gave me possibly the best starting task I could think of. A thimble! Again, not really the find we were originally after, but the spreadsheet says the prerequisite find for a graceful outfit piece is either a bronze needle or a thimble. That's an amazing in-game task for me. The day went on and I found my first coin, a 10 filaire from 1981. It's a very common remnant of the socialist era of the late Hungarian People's Republic. My parents used these to pay for ice cream in their childhood. It's worth an extra 2 beginner clues, putting the total to a nice 17. And the next find, well, I was astounded. A matchbox truck. Like, what? How in God's name does it get into the middle of a field in Hungary? This one doesn't even have a linked in-game task. I never imagined that I would ever find this. So yeah, no additional task for me, but it's still interesting. That's the beauty of this hobby. Anything may come from anywhere. And the last find of the day was this. It's a lead seal. These were usually stamped onto containers to secure and authenticate the carried product. Who knows what product it once sealed off? Could have been wheat, flour, or anything. While again, it's not archaeological, it is yet another useful find for me. It grants me a choice to either hunt my first unique item from the Gnome Restaurant minigame, or a void seal from the Pest Control minigame. Soon after, we ended our detecting trip. Not gonna lie, not finding the medieval settlements we were after made my dad slightly disappointed. Not me, however. The thought of finally having my first tasks on the account satisfied me. After getting home, I put them into the finds log sheet. None of them have rarity or quality bonus, all of them are common finds in well-worn shape, so no tokens for me this time, but it's okay. Again, in conclusion, the 3 buttons and the 10 penny coin compels me to complete 17 beginner clues. The thimble tasks me to hunt for a graceful outfit piece, and lastly, the lead seal points me towards either Gnome Restaurant or Pest Control. Here we are back in the game. Honestly, the more I think about the recent finds, the happier I am. I couldn't have possibly asked for better tasks to head start my account. No massive grinds, but some great quality of life upgrades. I think I'll start with the graceful piece. Thimbles are used to protect a sewing person's finger from being poked by a needle. I firmly believe that Grace used one of these to protect her finger when she sewed the graceful clothing pieces together. The outfit's boosted run energy restoration is an extremely helpful utility. In order to obtain a piece, I had to get 10 agility first, then visit the Draenor village rooftop course to collect Marks of Grace. These randomly appearing tokens can be exchanged for the clothing pieces, with the lowest valued piece costing 30 marks. And here's our 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 9th and 16th Mark of Grace. This is really quick. 25 agility, these levels are flying! First random event on the account, what could this mystery box hide? An onion? No way, that's huge! 20 marks. We continue our agility in Alcarid. 25 and 30. While technically I could go and complete the task right now by buying the graceful gloves, I think I'd rather go for the top instead, which costs 55, and it grants 1% more run energy restoration rate compared to the gloves. It might not seem much, but trust me, it adds up over time. And who knows how long it'll take me to find a new thimble or bronze needle in real life. Could be months or years. It's completely random, so I want to utilize this current task well. That being said, I'm visiting the course in Varrock to finish up the task. 50, and the last one, 55. Here we are at Grace the Seller NPC, time to complete our first ever task. Big milestone for the account, here it is. The task is completed with the first unlock in the collection log. Well, 2nd. The mark itself already counted as the first one. We finished with 40 agility, which will further aid my account in run energy restoration. Feels great! I can mark the task off in the finds log sheet. Time for the next task, which is to complete 17 beginner clue scrolls, derived from the 3 buttons and the 1 coin. Clue scrolls are the RuneScape equivalents of real-life treasure hunting. They are a vital part of my account because they fit well with the general treasure-seeking theme of this series, and also because they hold an immense amount of potential unlocks in the collection log. For this reason, I've linked some of the most common object types to clue scrolls, opting me to either complete a certain amount of them, or get a certain amount of unique items from them. For beginner clues, by far my best bet is to mass murder goblins in Lumbridge, as they have a 1 in 64 drop rate. However, I'm currently level 3 combat, so before that, let me just do 2 quests real quick. The first one's of course Waterfall quest, the single best quest out there for early combat XP. We place the remains here, and voila, early strength and attack levels. The other combat boosting quest is Tree Gnome Village. I'm confused about what's going on here. Whatever, I brought some runes to take this warlord down, so let's just do that.
You
What's this guy's problem? Did I do something wrong? Okay guys, I just realized why he's mad at me. Turns out I accidentally nearly got his mate killed by walking over their Khazard warrior stack. Trapping an NPC behind another NPC in RuneScape has a strange mechanic. Normally, the attacked NPC gets stalled behind the middle NPC, which can be used as a safe spot for long-range attacks. However, if a player happens to step into the same tile as the blocking NPC, the stall resets and the enemy has a light bulb moment like,
Wait, I could just walk forward too.
and then proceeds to attack the player. This guy's a group hardcore Ironman, no! I nearly caused their group to lose a precious life by accident. And he almost died again. In hindsight, I feel like a total jerk, but at least the ending was happy, he found a new safe spot. So, Michael Fordalt, in case if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. Anyhow, the quest is complete. Now we are strong enough to obtain and complete the 17 clue scrolls. Let's just do the thing every single person who ever tried RuneScape has fond memories of. Mass murder some goblins. Okay, here I am, this is our final clue, but there's a problem. I accidentally got 2 clues on the ground instead of 1, and since there cannot be more than 1 clue scroll per inventory, I have to juggle them. Okay, now both of these clues are Charlie steps. I wonder, does he give me the same item request for both clues? Okay, cooked trout on the first one, and cooked trout again. Mystery solved, he does indeed give me the same task. No casket from this one, but it's okay, because if we pick the other one up... There it is, the last casket. I'm not allowed to shoot over the 17 beginners, so I'll just keep this other clue in my bank. Alright, exciting moments here in the Varrock East Bank. We're about to open the first clue stack in this account's history. The reason I have 16 here instead of 17 is that I've already opened one by accident, which didn't give me anything special. I'm hoping for a unique item or two, ideally the shoulder parrot or the mole slippers, but any item would do. Let's see if we're lucky enough. Alright, some cabbages here, that's a failed roll on the unique table. Oh, and the black mat helm, that's rarer than a unique, unfortunate. I'll take it, that's so nice, our first clue scroll unique, a jester cape. Sweet, the colors are matching the shirt and the trousers, looking good. Feeling like a true jester in a computer game, let's go. Well, nothing interesting in the remaining caskets, just some more cabbages. The buttons and the junk coin served us really well. I'm marking all of these tasks completed, and for one of the buttons, I'm listing the Jester Cape as a new unlock. Sweet, I'm happy, this whole concept seems to be working. On to our final task. The Let's Seal find allowed me to choose between going for a Gnome Restaurant unique or a Void Seal from Pest Control. As much as I love that Gnome food delivery minigame, I've decided to just get the Void Seal out of the way. I wanted to test how viable Pest Control is at my current level. While this real-life piece of lead was used to seal off and validate products, the Void Knight Seal has a different function. If a player rubs it, it causes the Pest Control minigame's nearby monsters to take AoE damage. Outside the minigame, it's a useless item, but hey, an unlock is an unlock and I'm happy to take whatever contributes to the collection. Plus, it kinda looks cool. But first, 4D combat is a requirement for Pest Control, which I almost already have from the Goblin Massacre. I'll just train the remaining levels on these Chaos Druids. Their herb drops will be very nice for the account. And there we go, 40 combat already. The seal only costs 10 commendation points and one successful round awards me 3 each, so I only need 4 decent rounds to afford it. Ah look, every single person around here has a better gear and better combat level than me. But it's okay, let's see how I can contribute. Okay, I'm not being too useful right now. By that I mean, I don't do any damage. Yeah, no points for me in the first round, not surprising. I'm way too low on combat, I need to strategize more. Guys, please don't judge me, we all start somewhere, right? Right? Okay, with some clever positioning it should work now. Oh yeah, that's starting to get better. First win, 3 points, yay! Second one! After 2 more null point rounds, the third win is here. 1 game remaining. There it is, 4th game completed, and we can go and buy our Void Seal. Boom baby! Task completed. The real-life seal made us obtain the virtual seal. And with that, we've completed every task from the first detecting trip's entire haul. I better report it to the collector. Wait, where is he? Oh, he must have taken sick leave because of that diarrhea thing.
Report your findings to me or Professor Orlando.
Okay. Professor, I did it!
My, you're back so early. The collector has told me about your recruitment. How's your research going?
I did what you guys told me to do. I followed in the footsteps of my, cross-dimensional persona, and I completed my first tasks. Look, I have the items on me.
Ah, great job, my friend. You'll make a good archaeologist one day. I see you got to complete some clue scrolls too. Did you enjoy those?
Yeah, they were fun. Bunch of dead goblins and such.
Good, because I'm sure you'll need to complete many more of those in the future. Now give the items to me.
What? Excuse me?
You're volunteering for us. What did you think? They're going on display, and you'll be credited as the finder.
But what?
Come on, just hand them to me. I don't have all day.
Fine, I guess.
Did you seriously remove your clothes to give them to me? That's hilarious. I just can't.
But you just said...
Oh man, I was just kidding. Keep all your items. Your collection log already sends us all the necessary information about them.
Okay, that's a relief, I suppose. I'll keep on expanding my collection then.
The key lesson is that seemingly useless items can be valuable across all dimensions. However, those buttons and thimbles from the parallel world aren't archaeologically significant. Any clue in your other self might uncover a truly ancient artifact? Something worthy of studying, perhaps?
How about right now? In order to maximize our chances of finding real antiquities, this time we decided not to look for a new site, but visit an old, reliable one instead. The field we were heading towards has been known to provide some truly intriguing finds in the past, including artifacts left behind by the Scythians and the Romans. It was early December. The temperature was freezing and the wind was strong. Armed with detectors and spades, we were ready to uncover something extraordinary. This time, it only took us 10 minutes until we realized luck was absolutely on our side. Guys, my father found something extraordinary. Let's check it out together. What you can see here is the first true antiquity of this series' history, a bronze arrowhead. It was most likely made by the Scythians, a nomadic horse tribe who once inhabited these lands. This is exactly what I love about detecting and helping our museum. This feeling of holding an object in your hand that nobody else has held for over 2 millennia. It's just insane to think about. And there's so much intrigue and mystery here, like who made this and what or who was it fired at? Was there a fight or an epic battle going on? Or was it for hunting? Was it fired at an overgrown rat, perhaps? We'll likely never know, but one thing's for sure. My account will definitely be hunting in the next episode for some chompy birds. Make sure to subscribe, because let me tell you, this find was just the tip of the iceberg from that day. See you all in the next episode. I'd like to give a huge shout out to both Tedious and Only Trails for voicing the Collector and Orlando Smith respectively. Thank you guys so much, I'm really grateful for you being part of this journey. The links to their channels are in the description, make sure to check them out if you haven't done so, their content is absolute peak.